What's something you thought was normal growing up, but later realized wasn't? Growing up, I always thought it was perfectly normal for my family to camp out in the living room every couple of months. My parents would move all the furniture to the sides, throw down blankets, pillows, and sleeping bags, and we'd spend the night watching movies, playing games, and eating snacks. It was like a mini indoor adventure, and I loved it. I didn't think much of it until I casually mentioned it to a friend in middle school. She looked at me like I had three heads and said, "Wait, your family sleeps in the living room? Like on purpose?" Her reaction caught me off guard, so I just shrugged it off and said, "Yeah, it's fun. You don't do that?" She didn't, of course, and the more I brought it up with other people, the more I realized that most families don't randomly turn their living rooms into sleepover zones. But here's the thing, I didn't find out why we did it until I was in my 20s. One night, over a glass of wine, I finally asked my mom about our quirky camping tradition. She laughed and said, "Oh, that wasn't for fun. That was because we couldn't afford to fix the heating in the bedrooms during the winter. Apparently, the old furnace in our house couldn't keep the back rooms warm, and my parents didn't want us kids freezing at night. So instead of stressing us out about money, they turned it into a game." I was stunned. I mean, we weren't poor by any means, but we definitely weren't swimming in cash either. My parents had been so creative about it that I genuinely thought it was just something families did for fun. And now that I think about it, it makes sense. Those campouts only ever happened during the colder months. Looking back, I have nothing but admiration for how my parents handled it. They turned what could have been a tough situation into some of my best childhood memories. I mean, who wouldn't love endless snacks and movies under a blanket fort? Still, it was kind of a shock to realize that not everyone's childhood involved playing Monopoly in a nest of pillows while the sound of the space heater hummed in the background. It's funny how the things you think are normal growing up can turn out to be anything but. Now, whenever I hear someone mention heating problems, I can't help but smile and think of those camping trips in the living room.